The single most important thing that we do in life is to raise kids. There's nothing more important than that. And indeed, most people have been trained to drive a car, cook, to use a computer, but not to raise kids. How many in this room are parents? May I see your hand? Keep your hands up. How many of you, before you became a parent, was given an education on how to raise kids? I don't mind being some of your kids, but I sure don't want to be the rest of you. Of course. And so this kid is learning how to live in this environment. Now nature takes its course, and this kid falls in love. What is this person going to be like? What's this kid going to be like? Well, I'll tell you. 85% of the time, 75, I'm sorry, I lied. 75% of the time, that person will be either another alcoholic addict or a codependent. And 25% of the time will be a normie. Doesn't have it in the family, doesn't have it herself or himself. And they have a kid. Now, here's this poor kid. The three of them, the son, the daughter, the heartthrob, and the kid, say, just Orange County sucks. I'm going to move to Montana. I keep warning, it snows there. And indeed, in Montana, they make a mistake. They take themselves with them. They take their brain with them. We call this a geographic treatment. And you know it doesn't work. What they do need to do is to get involved in some kind of therapeutic program to deal with being a child of an alcoholic, child of an addict. And therefore it's tremendously important that the whole family get involved in treatment. The whole family must get involved. All need help. All of us have our fears, our anger. I'm going to tell you one more biographical thing, then I'll quit. Way back in 1977 or 8, when I was medical director of the first treatment program in Orange County, it was a Saturday and there was a meeting going on at some meeting hall that I wanted medical education, and I wanted to go. I wanted to get those continuing medical education credits, and I wanted to hear the lectures. That doesn't always line up that way. And I'm getting dressed, ready to go, and the phone rings. It's the hospital. We need you right away. I went over, and indeed they needed me right away. And the problem was a patient who was very sick and acting out. And it was about 11:30, quarter to 12 when I finally was able to leave the hospital and go to the meeting. And as I approached the meeting, the thing is over, and they're all walking out. And there were two doctors who worked with us at the hospital, and they saw me, and they came over, and I was angry that I missed this meeting. In fact, I paid for it. That really makes me angry. And I finally looked at the two of them and I said, I don't care which one of you wants to become a medical director. I don't want to see another drunk or drugger the rest of my life. They looked at each other, both were in recovery, and they said, Max, you're going to an Al-Anon meeting. Al-Anon was started by the wife of Bill W., who started the co-founder of Alcoholics Anonymous. After about 3 years of Bill's sobriety, she began to recognize that she wasn't well and homeless. To deal with our own sickness as being a codependent. Well, I respected these guys and I went. For those of you who know about this, there's all kinds of 12 steps. For the adults, for the teenagers, for the pre-teeners,